Hello everyone, I hope your day's going well. This video is going to be a quick look, a minimal product look, but yet it's still going to be, I think, kind of a special occasion type of look. I think sometimes special occasion makeup, holiday makeup this time of year, we associate it with something that's got to be really time consuming, really special, really, you know, going out of your way for it. And I thought, what about just a light makeup look, like an easy, approachable, light, but still festive look for every day. Odds are, on top of everything, you're extra busy this time of year. So here's a makeup look you can throw together, I think be very satisfied with, maybe feel a little extra glamorous, but not because there's loads of makeup on your skin and you spent a whole hour or something. You know it's gonna be minimal when I put all the products I need in my bag and it only fills it halfway. So I'm gonna start out, and I decided to go back to a product that I really love. It's lightweight, but it makes the skin look beautiful. It's my Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator, which I wear in the shade Light, and it has hyaluronic acid, squalane, but yet it is oil-free, and they claim sheer to medium coverage on this. So I have really loved this product. I think it's one of the best just like tinted moisturizer type things on the market. So you're going to squeeze out about that much and just dab it all around on the skin, and then we blend. And it blends out super easy. You could easily use your fingers, but I do like the evenness that I feel I get with a brush. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Duo complexion brush and just blend this in, and the tone of this is just so good, and look how pretty it makes the skin look. It's not like this is loaded with shimmer, but you do kind of end up having a gentle glow when it's all blended in, but it's not thick, it's not heavy. It's seriously like a little surprise after every time you put it on. You're like, wow, this really makes my skin look so fresh and so radiant and alive. And look how easy, like if you use a brush like this, I honestly think it's probably faster than fingers because the surface area is somewhat large and it just buffs it in like nothing. Again, thin, light, but still moisturizing. Terrific product there, even if you could only throw on that. Now, this product does not contain sunscreen. Some might assume that just because of the nature of the product, but it does not. So I already had that on underneath along with all my skincare. Okay, next up, we're gonna use a lightweight, easy concealer. I've kind of been going for my Instant Age Rewind and Fair quite a bit lately, so I'm just gonna crank that up. And we're gonna hit this area with it. I love how this can have coverage, but really be thin, lightweight, not heavy, easy to blend always. Boom. And then I can go in with that very same brush. I sort of alternate, you know, what end I'm using depending on if I want to spread it around a little bit more or what I want to do. I can use this little end to take the little dab that I put on there and kind of bring it over a whole surface area like I just did, and then kind of stamp it in. Notice how I'm not really like swiping across this. I'm pressing it in from there. Okay, look at that side of the face. Brightened, not cakey in the least. Again, we spread. We get that all evened out over the surface of the skin. And then we stamp. Make sure inner areas, like around the inner part of your eye, right under your eye, around your brows, make sure those areas didn't accidentally collect too much product. That's always a place where it'll show later in the day if you have put too much on, but overall, this concealer really isn't a huge culprit where that's concerned because it is so lightweight. Okay, skin is looking awesome, loving it. Now we're gonna do a little setting powder. You could do any number of things for this step. I love Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder, love my Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder in Creamy Natural. Today I'm pulling out, excuse me, Maybelline Fit Me in Fair. I'm just gonna use this with my little triangular powder puff. I called this a sponge last video. Powder puff, really, it's a velour powder puff. And I just go over this area and I get a pretty large surface area, you know, where I concealed, and it's gonna look brightened and it's gonna look really flawless. And I'm not thinking about it. I'm not like being super involved and careful with this, okay? I'm getting a lot on and I know I'm gonna dust any excess away, right? Center of the face, you know, brighten it up. This is a terrific powder. It reminds me a lot of classic Laura Mercier. And no, guys, this is not an all drugstore look. It's kind of like a half and half look, honestly. But I get that on, and then I just, right away, I dust away excess. I make sure it's all looking even. We don't have too much. But we have super brightened up under eyes with minimal steps, really light makeup. I'm not sure how to stress, like, I'm not being careful with this. I'm just going for it, you know? Here's another step I love to do if we're talking lightweight, easy makeup. This is so easy to control on your skin. This Milani Liquid Contour, I wear the shade Ginger. It's from the Conceal and Perfect line, and it's like a mini little age rewind shape there. And you're just gonna get some out and dab it on like hollows of the cheek, but I go a little bit higher than that and around the forehead. Those are my zones. Now it's super duper thin. It's really, really light. Take my Sephora 56. I want to say just move it around in the vicinity of the product and it's going to get blended, okay? Look at that. Easy, light. It really is that basic. You blend the swipe you made and you are done. Now this isn't my most like ultra bronzed goddess look, but for a simple basic contour, it takes you there. Next step, and I'm so excited for this. This is the funnest part of the look. I've really been getting into my multi-sticks, my cream blushes, and there's one from Persona called Kiss, and I really wanted to use that one today. It's the red color, and if you follow Persona on Instagram, like they're always showing people using these sticks, tossing them on, looking gorgeous, and so I just thought I want to be part of that today. So I'm going to do a little bit there on the cheek with that, and then I'm also going to use it on the lip. Yeah, this is going to be the lip color. Now it feels completely balmy. You can lose some of the moisture and still have some color left behind there. I'm not scared to wear it. It's not too goopy. It's not too like crazy out of control tacky. But then we take our other Sephora 56 here. I have a couple that I use. And we just work that color into the skin from the blush stick. Now, she has some gorgeous ones. I've been loving Jam. Jam is the newest, and it's the berry shade. So if you are enjoying this idea, but you would like more of a berry tone, get Jam. Bubble is the light cool pink, if that appeals to you. And then there's a more earthy one. I always forget the name of that one. Teddy. But for holiday, I mean, in from the cold. I love this. This is so fresh, and I talked about in a somewhat recent video about things that kind of level up your look, things that elevate your look, let's say, and I think coordinating lip and cheek, sometimes it can be the easiest thing. Sometimes it's coming all from one stick. It's not like you got to dig through your collection always and pick out two separate things that seem like they're in the same color family. Like this can work too. Just get one stick. Love that. Absolutely love. It's the star of the show for this video. And I like the gentle luminosity that I actually end up with because I use the cream blush. So I'm not popping on like some big additional highlight step. I think that just works for me. We were already leveled up brightness wise here, right? Because of our concealer and the way we powdered things. And you'll notice the powder was not too much. I was able to easily blend a cream stick on top of it. It does not feel too tacky on the skin. I don't feel any need to set that or do anything additional. Now, a quick brow. I'm going to pull out Glossier Boy Brow. I like using stuff like this on my girls when I was doing like Halloween costumey makeup a couple different times this past week. Stuff like this is so easy to pull in. I love, love, love Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. That's a big fave. But this one does so well too for a one-step brow. I feel myself using the tip on little areas where I know I need a bit more of a fill-in, and then really the whole side of the brush just to take it on through everywhere else, okay? Really good stuff. If you are getting on Glossier's website and you're getting the SwissMissBalm.com, which I would highly recommend, get a boy brow as well. I don't know why my throat's getting froggy on me. I haven't had any sort of cough or cold lately. Knock on wood. It is so hard when your kids are in school. Young kids, ugh. I was looking around at dance class last night and I'm like, you know, how are all the kids healthy now? Biddy rebounded, you know, she was able to be there. She was at school yesterday and did great. She was through her stomach bug, but I was hearing about all kinds of other people who were getting it too. Isn't this nice? Like, what a soft, easy brow. Yet I feel complete. I feel confident. I didn't go in with a pencil, but I feel really good about this cream. I got even my little area where I had a scar, you know, it's all filling in. Next up, I'm going to pull in some eye primer, and we're going to do an easy eyeshadow duo look, okay? You don't always have to reach for a mega palette and feel like every look must contain 4 to 5 colors to be legit. I'm diving back into one of my most favorite, if not my very most favorite eyeshadow duo of all time, and it's from Clinique. They do great little duos, and it really just simplifies things in your mind. Like you're doing your look and you know it's only going to go so far, but yet you'll still look totally complete. So this is called Day Into Date. So the little duos look like this. You can see the actual colors through it. It's got like a dark plummy brown, and I've always sworn there's a hint of rosiness in that brown too somehow. But then this kind of like really soft brown that has a super sophisticated, ever so gentle sheen there with that one. So I really like these. You can use your sponge tip that's provided. I mean, I think you'll find that that's handy at times. What I'm first going to do is just kind of warm up my crease. By warm it up, I mean put a little product there so everything starts to blend nicely. So I'm going to use that lighter of the two and just sweep back and forth a little bit. Creak, creak. Hi, biscuits. Hi, honey. How you doing today? Oh, purring baby. Half the time she just wants to come in here to see if I'm here. Push through the door. Make sure the door is open wider than it was. And just make sure I'm here. So anyways, we're just getting something going here lightly in the crease. It's not going to show a lot. It's a light shade. But I feel it sort of gives us a little something to go on. And then I'm going to just go straight to my sponge tip. And I can see where I used the dark shade. So I'm going to dab into my darker color. You also have a fabulous little mirror right here. And I'm going to begin patting my darker shade. It's a complex brown, I gotta say. I feel there is a touch of rosiness in it perhaps. And you see me patting it on the outer lid, but also kind of like going like this and getting it up to my crease a bit. I'm basically doing flat brush tasks with my sponge tip. So if you don't have a flat brush, a sponge tip can do some of those jobs. It feels a little different for one who uses a flat brush every single day, but it's working. It's not covering quite as much surface area, so I'm maybe not getting the job done quite as quick, but I'm doing it. So we've done outer lid and also hit the crease, and now we just go back with that crease brush and we say, okay, you're blending out now. You're softening up. Look how pretty this shade is. Okay, and so then we dab back in. I'm going to pick up a little bit more with my crease brush and just add to the look. It's like the perfect amount of depth to give some contrast, but yet you haven't made your look super deep and dark. But you can provide a lift, outer corner lift. Okay, once you're pretty much content with the way that's been all blended out, you can go back to your sponge tip and use some of this lighter shade. It's so pretty, and it really does brighten in contrast with the other shade. And I'm just taking that on my inner part of my lid there. And just gently overlap the darkness. Boom. If you feel like this brush didn't give you quite enough control as you were getting your crease done, you could always bring in something a little bit smaller if you wanted to. And if you wanted to shape it out more, you could go in with a small pointed type of brush. And look, it's just a matter of going into your darkest shade and then kind of swirling it a bit, coming straight from the crease, the deepest part of the crease there, and then letting it come out. That's an option, okay? And it also deepens up the shade more because you're applying it in a more concentrated way. It builds that darkness even more if that's what you want. Hi, what's going on, guys? Oh, peeking in? How are you feeling, Biddy?
Good. Can I put my lip gloss on?
No, you gotta go back to bed because it's only 5:15. Okay, you need your sleep.
Bye. 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 Hey, you.
We need the little cane to come in and just loop them back. Adios, amigos.
Okay.
Daylight savings. Can't cope over here. All right, so see how we've got that look really nicely done, and then if you're still using that brush, your little small pointed, you can just take some of that shade and just bring it down a little bit for a little light definition. Kids don't have school today because it's election day. Got a really oddly broken up week because we've got election day for no school today and then no school Friday for Veterans Day. See that? Like that? That is a fantastic duo. Like, it really makes you question your reliance on larger palettes when you use a duo like that and it's that complete and that blended and nice. Other thing I'm gonna do, because we wanna be brightened and we wanna be like alive and awake, I'm gonna use my ABH Duo pencil and take that matte side and run it right in your lower inner rim. It just really opens up the eye, brightens the face. And then your last step technically is just the mascara because we already did the lip and the cheek together. Now, if you wanted to make the lip even more serious, I feel like it's fully defined out to the edge actually, which is odd considering the size of that jumbo stick from Persona. But if you wanted to, you could probably improve your staying power and just neatness if you had a problem with that. Throw in a red lip liner with it too if you wanted. But I got a fresh Lash Paradise because I really like that mascara. I do. And I'm not even doing liner up there. I'm just gonna go with a lash look and I feel like it's gonna be enough. And this is just me saying, you know, your special occasion makeup can still be simple, doesn't have to involve a ton of products, and doesn't have to be super time consuming either. This fluffy fan of lashes. Yeah, I missed that. And that's really good for me for a fresh tube because you know how some mascaras, like, I don't really like them until they get a little older. And don't get the Mystic Black. Mystic Black, I swear, is a totally different formula. Just get, like, if you like black, go for the blackest black shade. I think I have a little fleck that I need to clean off of that eye, but otherwise so happy with that. Tell you what, Lash Paradise is good. It means business. And I just love this overall look. I feel finished. I feel refreshed. It's bright. It's light. I feel it's appropriate for any situation from more special occasion to just casual bebopping around. Like, the lip is fun, but it has a lightness to it. It has less of a seriousness to it compared to maybe a red liquid lipstick or just a very opaque matte red lip. I really love it. You can build on the blush if you want to, but look how the cheek has that gentle glow with zero highlight on. You know, minimal products, they can work for you. I've got kitties just creaking around. I've got kids awake. Thank you guys so much for taking time to watch. I hope you enjoyed this look and maybe it gave you a little inspiration to see that it doesn't take a lot to still have a special look for the holidays. Let me know if you've got any other products in mind that you might sub in for some of the things I used here if you don't have them. Again, it's fun to think about taking the look in a different color direction just by plugging in different lip and cheek colors. So the shade Jam, which is more of a berry, would give a different vibe compared to this, right? Or just any different dual purpose product like that in various shades can really shift the look. But there's something about red that really speaks to this time of year. So thanks again, guys, for your time, and I will see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.